One unique thing about modern human beings is that they all want to live together in harmony and peace. Yes, we all want to coexist peacefully as brothers and sisters, sharing the same parentage and inhabiting the same world, as well as having the same destiny in the world, today and in the future. That's natural. Let me repeat that. We all want to coexist in harmony and peace as fellow brothers and sisters, human beings. We all essentially are children of the same family. That is indisputable. In the real world, we all live in different countries. Even then, we are all human beings who want to live in peace and enjoy happiness. Always. We all want to live until we reach old age. That's true. Even as we want to live peacefully until old age, there comes a surprise. The surprise of war, normally created by political leaders. Political leaders argue before they wage war or when they want to wage war that every war is strategic, specific, and intended to achieve certain objectives. That is peace. That may be true. However, if we go further, that becomes questionable. First, in every war that any country on earth wages, literally all other countries get involved. Every war that is waged anywhere in the world involves literally all countries, either on one side or the other. Secondly, every war that is waged anywhere on earth these days kills people, either directly or indirectly. Every war that is waged on our planet kills people at the place where it is waged and actually worldwide. Thirdly, every war that men wage anywhere in the world kills the economy, as you can guess. The ripples of any war go far and wide. They outlast eons, generations, ages. We can see why every war is actually inherently a world war. If a war kills everywhere in the world, isn't that a world war? If a war has ripples worldwide, isn't that a world war? If a war kills everyone who gets involved in it, And those getting involved directly need to come from almost every country in the world. Isn't that a world war indeed? When the war kills the economy, it continues killing children, women, vulnerable men, and even the aged. How sad indeed. Politicians always argue the war is specific, strategic, and jurisdictional, and yet it kills worldwide, directly and indirectly. Politicians know that wars kill people everywhere, and yet they wage it. They know the purpose of war is actually to kill people, but they wage it all the same. How callous indeed. Of course, they may mean well as they argue that they want peace in the long run, but then must you kill people to bring peace? Why don't you invest in peace instead? Why can't we focus on peace instead? Political leaders are humans like you and I. They have feelings, but why they wage war, we cannot understand. They may mean well, but they are short-sighted. They don't see the interests of our children, the interests of posterity, the interests of the poor in the world, the interests even of the rich in the world. They don't see that at all. They only look at their own interests. They pump resources after resources into war. They pump resources after resources into war, ceaselessly, always arguing it is in the best interest of peace. Wow, fallacious. How sad indeed. We are humans. We know children's lives matter. Women's lives matter. Men's lives matter. Old people's lives matter. And yet we kill them in the name of peace. We send people to war to die in the name of protecting them and us. We kill men and women. We kill children. We kill the aged. We kill anybody we target without mercy, without feelings. What is wrong with us, modern humans? We know that war kills, and yet we continue waging it. What has become of us? Every war that is waged any time is inherently a world war. Politicians argue vehemently that any war is specific, strategic, and jurisdictional, and yet, literally, every country gets involved in such a war, either directly or indirectly, on one side or the other. Moreover, every war that's waged these days kills the economy. We can see why war kills indiscriminately and worldwide. War massacres people worldwide. That's why every war is a world war. That's why we should question our rationale, our reasoning as to why we decide to wage war. We need to change that. First, let us know what is important. We must look further, broader, and far ahead. We must look at the interests of every human being, children especially. Children have believed that adults like you and I always tell them the truth, that we are able to protect them. We are able to ensure they lead a safe, peaceful life until old age. And yet, we shock them that we are killing other people. We destroy the hope we have instilled in them that we are a civilized species. What's wrong with us? We must do away with war. Hatred, we have noticed over the years, is behind every war. Of course, we have seen politicians go on TV, go addressing public rallies, saying blatantly that a certain country, certain people are their enemies. They do that shamelessly, not minding that such a people are fellow human beings who need to coexist in peace with us. As humans, we need to express our empathy to them, to our enemies, instead of targeting them to eliminate them. If we eliminate each other, how can we survive here on earth? We endanger human survival on earth on purpose. We kill people on purpose. We shed blood on purpose. We kill children, we kill women, we kill men, we kill old people, all on purpose. What is wrong with us? We must focus on peace and safety for our children, for women, for men, for old people. We must focus on peace as a matter of necessity and on purpose. We must do away with all war. We must do away with the culture of war as a matter of necessity, as a matter of virtue, as a matter of morality. We need to coexist together as brothers and sisters in the old world. That's what we want. That's what we want today, every day, and always. Therefore, we want peace today. We want peace tomorrow. We want peace the day after. Every day. Day in, day out, indefinitely. We want the end of hatred that's behind every war. If we empty our hearts, our minds of all hate, we'll extend love and understanding to even our bitterest enemies. We will not target them to kill them. We instead build preachers of peace with them. That's what we need to do. Think of peace today. Think of peace tomorrow. Think of peace every time. Why? Because peace is key. Yes. Cock surely. Yes.